show me nothing but kindness. She would say, I know how sad you get. And some days I still get that way, but it gets better. It gets better. It gets better. Sweetie, it gets better, I promise you. And she'd tell me, your heart is a muscle the size of your fist. Keep on loving, keep on fighting, and hold on, and hold on. Hold on for your life. Ian built a cabin in the woods to live in. For years, terrifying noise kept him up at night with a 12 gauge under his pillow. He's living in Boston now and going to art school. I forgive him
What's up? Oh. Caboose. Oh, how is everybody? Ooh, yeah, you that way and that way. Beast, there's a few options, right? Transient. I'm feeling better, right? It was transient, it was quick, either it was an allergy or it was just the ebb and flow of neuropathy or hypochondria. I don't fucking know. So, is what it is, man. Is what it is. Either way, we're flowing. So, I don't know. I kind of feel like, I don't know what I feel like doing tonight, frankly. They're coming for public education in Texas. Did you see that shit? Greg Abbott's coming for public education. Yeah. Yeah, they're it's time to get out and do some stuff. Because Texas is a fucking shithole, Puka. It is. It's a shithole filled with terrible people. Yep. Cupcake. First they came. There will be an invitation-only Matrix server set up shortly. So we can speak. That will be a thing that will be available to us. Some of you were there for when I was playing around with it the first time. I've washed all of that, and it will be different. So, yeah, we will get that coordinated and set up. But we will have end-to-end encrypted communications. So, yeah. You see Russia's taking it in the ass again. Zippy, still no nukes. Russia's most advanced tank, the T-90M, fucking got absolutely blown the fuck up. Like, as soon as they rolled it out, they fucking dropped this fucking tank into the war zone, and people were like, it's the most advanced tank in their arsenal. There were 100 of them. Now they're down to 99, apparently. Also, if you define it as a giant ass fucking tank, caboose, I mean, look it up. It's a T-90M. Also, they're investigating the... Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm sticky. They're investigating the slaughter that happened in Bucha, right? Well, they knew where to start with a Russian soldier's Instagram account. One of these fucking genius Russian soldiers tagged his Instagram account. Hey, thank you, someone. Thank you kindly. He tagged his Instagram account in somebody's kitchen. So yeah, there's a Reuters investigation going into the atrocities at Buka, and like that's where you start, right? The fucking journalists on the ground, they're like wandering around, they're fucking, dude, what the fuck is that spray painted up there? It's an Instagram handle. So, you know, geolocation tags and all of that. But yeah, they pulled it. Fucking young dumb fucking retard. That's all I have to say. She was via the Instagram account. This fucking idiot. He is 12. He was born in 92, for fuck's sake. He's 12. He's 12 with a fucking shit hairline. I mean, holy shit, homie. It's gone, man. It's already gone. It was probably gone in whatever their high school equivalent is. Same year as Madison Cawthorn. Oh, Madison. Oh, Madison. Thank you, Libra. I see it was you. Yeah. If anybody hasn't seen the video of Madison, it's on the Discord server. Wait. I put it there for posterity's sake. Because one day that boy's gonna have an OnlyFans. You know that, right? Like, he's just, dude. There's gonna be an OnlyFans account of Madison Cawthorn just getting railed. Ah, thank you, Daddy. Thank you. Dude, he's already got that weird, like, half gay affectation. I don't know what's going on with how he speaks, but like, homie, you're on teen. We all know it. Stop with this self-hating queer shit and like get over it. He's absolutely pathetic. Thank you, Cupcake. God, he managed to get his fucking wheelchair into the fucking Clay. Hey, Viva. That one Nazi that punched the shit out of the trees in the woods. Oh. You know, I was kind of disappointed. I know he's wheelchair bound, but was expecting a rounder ass. Oh. You know what? I love our little Republican narc. I think our little Republican self-hating queer is super fucking useful. He's great. One, he looks amazing in women's lingerie. Two, he's apparently just fine with grabbing dick and having his dick grabbed. Hey, Fertus. And three, like, he's got no problem with fucking slapping some dick in your face. Like, he's down to just get at it. Apparently, he's a little bit of a freak too. He's he's down for some cousin fucking. Just saying, a little bit of a freak. You probably, and I'm just saying, from a BDSM standpoint, it's gonna be a way easier to tie him up. Yeah, he can't be kicking. He can't be kicking and shit. You just fucking tie him down with a belt, and call it a day. Yeah. That's a regional kink, the cousin fucking. All right. Does Viva not know about the... Oh, it's Viva. Oh, okay. No. Yeah. Okay. That's the tree punching Nazi shit. Yeah. It's barely a fucking prediction given Alito's language, but, you know, call it what it is. Given they were already coming for us to start with. They never stopped coming for us, frankly. Nah, he believes in some mythical fucking probably 1950s tradcon version of America that's been lost. He's one of those ones that runs around screaming about socialism. Yeah. So. Yeah. So you know what to deal with. Or so you know what to expect, Zippy. Anyway, let's see. Let me kill this Russian soldier tab shit. Oh god, did you guys see the it'll be on Popo's Bizarre Adventures for you know, from the main shows. But did you see that fucking Florida deputy ran over a sunbather while just fucking driving in his SUV down the beach, which he shouldn't have been doing. It's not the first time either that a Florida deputy sheriff has run over a sunbather on a beach. They've had this kind of thing happen before. Whoopsie. Hey, what's up, Sergey? So, yeah. Yeah, there's a few good ones for Popo's Bizarre Adventure this week. Fucking cops killed a 77-year-old man with dementia and then lied about it. Fucking, yeah, we got a few good ones. In other words, Pope shit. In other news, Pope shits in woods. I know, right? Oh, so yeah, no, we've got. There was good news though. Was it Michigan? Somebody want to remind me what about the positive things cops do? Occasionally they have the good courtesy to narc on their fellow officers, and then they get run out of town, their lives threatened, their wives threatened, their daughters threatened for rape in the instance of the guy in mid-country, or just straight up left to die in the case of Serpico. So occasionally one of them turns code on him, but they're not long for the force when they do that. So those are your good mythical cops. Anyway, in the words of Doug Stanhope, right? They don't die. They don't go out there and risk their lives for you. They go out there and risk their lives for the minor amount of celebrity and power attached to the position. It's about the ego at the end of the day. To be fair, they also sometimes have the courtesy to quit. The entire bit that line is actually from is hilarious because he sets up a cop who's just gone through the academy that's in the show, and completely sets him up for a fucking his sting operation of his own. It's a beautiful piece of crowd work and improv comedy on the part of Stanhope. God, that would have been 2005, something like that. Ages ago now. Maybe 2010. Maybe. Either way, y'all see Russia's been having problems with fires. Military research facilities, Molotov cocktails being tossed into military registration and enlistment offices, storage facilities. Somebody, I didn't catch it, but there is somebody on Reddit who's maintaining a list. And it's not a short list. It's, it's a ways now. So 21 Viva, 21. 21 have trigger laws or trigger bans. Yeah. If you snapped your fingers and cops disappeared, what do you think would happen? Well, that's interesting because it's not what I think would happen. We actually have some studies on this. Sociologists and psychologists have done studies on this, field studies in which the NYPD police force went on strike. And they refused to participate in the duty of policing. And so there's hard data on this. And not only did crime go down, not reporting of crime, but actual crime. Crime decreased. You see, there's a whole host of knock-on effects from policing, the methodologies of policing today. And we cover some of them in my piece of The Origins of and Problems with Modern Policing. We go into that because I'm intimately familiar with these systems. Stepfather's in FFL, I've got cops and FBI in the family and all sorts of stuff. I grew up with a family that runs high-end training facilities and gun sales. So I've shaken Dave Grossman's hand, even though I'd like to cut the fucking hand off, right? I've trained with Ignatius Piazza, right? Like I've been in these circles, right? I know how they're trained. I've seen Killology, right? I know how they actually train these guys. The fact of the matter is that the cops are a problem in our society. There's a variety of reasons why. And there's a ethical framework argument to be made about the status of the rest of the cops. But from a scientific standpoint, we can look at the New York study that became just a flock of sociologists and psychologists descended on New York when they did that, so they could get data, right? What we find is crime goes down. Then you can look at the STAR program in Denver, and you can look at Cahoots up in Oregon, and see what community emergency response programs can do, right? In place of police. And you find, like in the case of the STAR program in Denver, you find that they've had 100% success rate with dealing with crackheads, people on meth, PCP, people in mental crisis, people with dementia, people in the midst of full-blown issues, right? Not once has the STAR program in Colorado needed to call for police backup. Not once, right? Cahoots has been doing this for like 30 years now or some shit like that. Cahoots up in Oregon has a lead on this. And we're starting to see in Minneapolis a community-driven emergency response system that supplants the police. And we will have data from it in a couple of actually by next year. They tend to release per annum, so that is what it is. Then we could look at something, historical, say the anarchistic Republic of Kospile, which lasted for 375 years without a single police officer, without a single judge, without a single attorney, without military, right? So you could look at historical or contemporary examples of what happens if I just got rid of the police tomorrow, and it doesn't immediately descend into chaos. The Mexican street gangs that you're so afraid of, which by the way are usually Ecuadorian. You're usually afraid of the Ecuadorian street gangs, but I understand how the Fox News viewer sees the world. It's all Mexico below it. I get it. So, Mexican street gangs fucking taking over. It actually doesn't happen. So there's market forces that actually keep them in check. That's the actual supreme irony there. There's market forces that keep them in check, not cops. So then, Lost American. When is a fetus a child? Because you already show your bias by saying when is a child a child. When does a fetus become a child? Because when is it? Because I could have. Why don't you? Because science has a number. Science has a number. The average viable time frame for fetal development in modern medicine for the fetus to be viable outside the womb. We have a number. Like, that's if you're so incapable of rendering. The average time venom is 23 weeks, though. You don't want to take the lowest viable time. You want to take the average viable time. So 23 weeks is when modern medicine, Mayo Clinic, for the source of that number. So 23 weeks, if you wanted to be hyper conservative about it, 23 weeks is your number. I can tell you that you're going to lose about half of those. You're going to lose about half those. Also, we can talk about Texas having the highest maternal mortality rate in the developed world. Right? Like, if you want to die or have your kid die during childbirth, go to Texas. It's the highest rate of mortality for the pregnancy, for the obstetrics process in the developed world. That place is, functionally speaking, Texas, giving birth in Texas, you might as well be like in the Congo. Yeah. It's bad. It's not good. It's the bottom tier. It is the lowest rung for the developed nations. It's right there on the border of, yeah, it's not really a developed nation. So forgive me when I don't really listen to Texas for anything related to pediatric health care, right? Or obstetrics. They are the worst. So that is what it is. But 23 is your number. If you want to fall back on science, fall back to 23, which means all of the trigger bans that are in place for those 21 states are in violation of that. Oh, because you fucking bred. See, this is the thing. I gotta tell you, people with kids shouldn't be the ones deciding this. I gotta tell you, there's a biological switch that goes off in y'all's heads, and you just get super squishy about the topic. You need some distance on this one, and if you're a parent, you can't get distance. Yeah, breed. Yeah, I said fucking breed. Replicate, propagate, procreate. Which fucking word do you want? Jesus fucking Christ, like the semantics matter? Did you put your dick in a vagine and you got a fucking kid? Congratulations. That. Tip: 64% of abortions are obtained by people who already have kids. I know, but apparently we can't trust them with this decision making, Alex. We need to just fucking have some cooler heads in the room. The fact, U.S. child mortality worse than Cuba. Oh no, it's terrible here. It's terrible here. We are the backwaters of obstetrics for the developed world. We're bad. Dude, it's dangerous to have a kid in America. Also, if your kid ends up in the NICU, you're looking at like $1.2 million for 6 weeks stay. In a quick overnight to drop a kid in a hospital, you're looking at a starting price of $50,000 if you're lucky. If you bring anesthesia into the room, know that number's about to shoot through the fucking roof. So, yeah. Dude, this is one of the worst countries in the world to have a kid in. You know that, right? It's the worst developed nation to have a child in by all metrics. All metrics. We are the bottom of the barrel for developed nations. Yeah. It's bad here. Now they want to force more births. Yeah. Poor people, by the way. Poor people. That's who they want to force into giving birth. You know that, right? Because there's never going to be a scenario in which the rich and powerful are subject to having subject to having some sort of bullshit abortion ban on them. They've never been subject to that. Even in the olden days. Which, by the way, is 50 fucking years ago. Which, by the way, this law has been in place for 20% of this country's history. Just so you know. 20% of this country's history, abortions have been legal. It's been a matter of privacy and healthcare between the person pregnant and their doctor. What's up, Crystal? Be over. My dad has 3 kids and is 83 years old and never swears, and posted today, men who want to control women's reproductive rights should go fuck themselves. I'm simple. I'm simple. I think every testicle having child, right? Kid comes out, kid's got balls, right? Soon as the testicles drop to the age of 10, somewhere in there, every single male child in America should be subject to a forced vasectomy. Vasectomies are mostly reversible. There will be some casualties, but we're okay with casualties. See, we should stop it at its source. We should just we're fine with invasive policies. We've already shown that we're more than willing to tell women what they can do with their bodies. So we're okay with men being told what to do with their bodies, right? It's simple outpatient surgery. Really no complication risk. There's occasionally some hydrocele that may pop up, right? Like every man should be responsible for not procreating, and we can just reverse it when you have proven that you are responsible and ready to have a child. Right? Like that's clearly the logical option, since we've already decided that bodily autonomy isn't a thing. For at least over half the population, at least. See, I figured since we're going to throw the right to privacy and bodily autonomy out, why don't we do it for everyone? Let's just get it out of the way. Get it out of the way. Yep. Native American girls got sterilized and were given IUDs against their will at a very young age. Hey. In Louisiana, South Dakota, Mississippi, Arkansas, Alabama, North Carolina, and West Virginia, infant mortality is worse than in Haiti, Bangladesh, Kenya, or Togo. Fortuce with the CDC and InfoPlease information on that one. Oh, yeah. No, Kavas. Yeah, we should stop calling them babies. I mean, when I discuss the abortion topic, I tend to say fetus. Because that's what it is. It's a fetus. It's not a child. It's not a baby. It's not a human. It's a fetus. There's a reason we make that distinction. Even the Bible makes that distinction, by the way. Even the Bible doesn't consider them people until they can draw the divine breath under their own power. So, I mean, we could just go with biblical tenets on this one. What was I just after? That's what I was after. Oh yeah, the trial of the bitter water, or the ordeal of the bitter water. That's what it is. The ordeal of the bitter water. Did you just literally pull a dictionary definition for a medical term? Cool. Cool. Just so you know, when we were discussing political science topics, we'll also be using formal definition structures for political science as well. This is a prescriptivist space, not a descriptivist space. So using Webster's or Lexico or Bing for scientific terminology will not be accepted in this space. Just know that. Yeah. Like, the fetal stage is part of the embryonic developmental process, and it describes a period after fertilization in which all major organs are present but non-functional and non-viable. Bland Cheetos. So, yeah. Matic, welcome. Actually, lexicologically speaking, etymologically speaking, Blanchito, a baby is an infant. Go to Wikipedia and type baby in and see where you get redirected to. See if baby has its own page on Wikipedia, or see if you don't end up somewhere else. Just start there. Should we do it on screen? A fetus is defined as an infant. A fetus is the unborn offspring that develops from an animal embryo. Following embryonic developmental, the fetal stage of development takes place. In human prenatal development, the fetal development begins at the 9th week after fertilization or 11th week of gestational age and continues until birth. Prenatal development is a continuum with no clear defining distinguishing of an embryo from a fetus. However, a fetus is characterized by the presence of all the major body organs, though they will not be fully developed and functional. Interesting. Could have sworn it's almost exactly what I said. So anyway. So baby is an infant. Fetus is not a baby. Good job. Good job. So anyway, I mean, clearly it is amorous. Clearly. Get a carbon monoxide detector. Oh my God. That's amazing. Good deep cut reference too. Hey, Squiddy. They did, Squiddy, because apparently, like, you know, motherfucker like cracked a fucking Bing dictionary or something and expects it to be prescriptive terminology about a scientific topic. What are you gonna do, man? We deal with all sorts. We deal with all sorts. You know how it is, man. You know how it is. How's your night, Squiddy? How's your night? Did you stream tonight? Let's see. What do I got? Interesting. The Lost American is a fan of advocating for violence towards public officials, though. So just so there we don't get any hypocrisy going on. Let's just be aware that the Lost American show there has advocated for pitchforks and axes to be used during the storming of the Capitol building. So just so if anything goes down, We want some internal consistency within the framework. Okay, show that. Yeah, I mean, you know, here. No, I maintain that if you want a scientific answer, the answer is 23 weeks is when you have a viable example of a human being. Anything prior to that really is dead weight. It's a parasitic relationship between it and its mother. Is that a burb? I don't even know what that means, 23 weeks, yawn. Dude, homie, you need to bring some actual arguments. Oh, the miscarriage rate is huge, El Gordo. And given some of the language and some of these fucking laws, like I think it's Mississippi's got one, miscarriages would be charged. No, it's Louisiana. Louisiana's going to, it will be potentially a felony for a miscarriage. Yeah. Because a whole bunch of idiots who have no scientific literacy whatsoever and are just ancient white men are deciding the law on this. Oh, also, idiots who grew up reading the Bible and still believe it in adulthood like it's some Harry Potter fanfic fucking LARP shit. Even though they never read the fucking Bible. I love Bible bashers that are all about abortion because they don't know shit about the Bible, apparently. The only time Bible mentions abortion is how to do it. That's it. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, in case you want to kick the little fucker out of your property because she might have cheated on you with another man, here's how to do it. That's how the Bible treats abortion. So, Bland Cheetos, if you ever attempt to burn a genital wart off your fucking dick, I will scream stop playing God and murderer at you because that has DNA and that has life and it's human cells. Oh, Kai, can you refresh my memory on how many ordained ministers are in the community? Oh, I last counted it was like 31 or 32, Viva. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Your DNA is not your DNA, Bland Cheetos. Your DNA is a result of an entanglement of two people's DNA. It's still life. It's still you killing it. Also, it's against the will of God for you to do it. If you go full on, like Christian Scientist, Seventh-day Adventist with it. When they swapped cooties, I know. But our forefathers intended on no abortion. But Ben Franklin instructed on how to abort with herbs in one of his books. Ben Franklin was a notorious stone-cold pimp. Ben Franklin, the stories surrounding Ben Franklin are hilarious. Homie loved a sex worker. Homie loved to get down. Ben Franklin was dipping his wick on the regular. He was a mad ass player. He was a mad ass player. Yeah. Ben fucked. Ben did fuck. One of the best stories about Ben is I forget who came in the door. He was staying. Okay, Ben would go over to like France for fucking ages and just Parisian prostitutes, man. That was his thing, right? But one time somebody busted into one of the like taverns he was staying at, and they found Ben Franklin in a bath, naked with two prostitutes playing chess. Ben Franklin fucked. And not only did he fuck, he was doing it with like, holy shit, man, right? Playing, that's some G shit. It really is, Libra. Like, what a G. The G, that's straight up, homie. Respect. He's like, got to keep my chess game tight, even when I'm out here doing my work. Fucking total Chad. You're right, Aka. Total Chad. Oh yeah, of course. I mean, true. No, he's of that era, right? They're all fucking horrible people. I'm just saying he fucked. Yeah, fucking yeah. Oh yeah, they were all terrible people. I mean, Jefferson raped fucking, and ended up with, and didn't even on his deathbed fucking give her freedom, right? Like they were all pieces of shit. Though some of them were arguably better than others. Right? It's all degrees when you're dealing with historical record. At least he played with it instead of the Jefferson route. Yeah, I know, right? He, by all accounts, like the prostitutes got a good time. Zippy. Because you don't live with Libra hitting nonsense with the projecting. Beautiful. Blanchito just compared us to slavers. Amorous, it's almost like the Bible's fucking misogynist. Cool. Oh, Che. You're dealing with an American evangelical. Non sequitur? Are you kidding me? He had to Google what a fetus was. He had to Google what a baby was, right? Homie, non sequitur is too complex of a topic for him. Just Che, dial that one back. What are you doing up in this bitch with some Latin? Do you think Americans get a classics education? Homie, no. Oh, fucking evangelicals. The King James version was a mistake. Nonsense. Quote, people who believe in freedom would have believed in slavery 200 years ago because it would have served their own self-interest. I'm really smart, you guys. Viva, wait, Americans get any education? Not really. No, none to speak of. We're scientifically illiterate. We're mathematically illiterate. The only thing we tend to lead the world in when it comes to education is confidence. We're a very confident group of people. But as far as, understanding things, not so much. So, yeah. Even biblical literacy is low in this country, which is hilarious. For as many people who quote the Bible or talk about the Bible or yell about the Bible at you, right? There's actually very low biblical literacy in this country. Amorous. Exodus chapter 21 verses 22 to 25. If people are fighting and hit a pregnant woman and she gives birth prematurely, there is no serious injury. The offender must be fined whatever the woman's husband demands and the court allows. But if there is a serious injury, you are to take the life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, burn for burn, wound for wound, bruise for bruise. Yep. Yeah. No. Bible doesn't give a shit about a fetus. Human life is the entirety of the organism. Cool. Cancer is human life. Blanchito, I expect you will not be seeking cancer treatment if you ever need it. Also, so that's... I was a fundamentalist evangelical for the first 30 or so years of my life. Most Christians don't know a damn thing about the Bible, says Funky Games. Welcome to the side that actually has read the Bible, Funky. That's what I find. Yeah, the team that actually has read the Bible are the ones who don't believe in the Bible. Because if you read the Bible, it's really difficult to believe the Bible if you read the Bible. Right? Like it's absolutely self-contradictory 1,000 times over. It's the worst shit. It's just genocidal, misogynist. It's a horror show of acquiescence towards the worst of human behavior, and at its worst, it's a flat-out encouragement of it. Yeah, no, it's fuck all that shit. No one forced women to fuck, and no one forced them to kill their own creation. Blanchito has never heard of rape, by the way. Forget all that other shit. Blanchito has never even heard of rape, apparently. No one has ever forced a woman to fuck. He literally pluralized that, by the way. No one forced women to fuck. Straight up. That's what that person believes. They are claiming the moral high ground, by the way. They've just absolved every rapist of every rape ever. No one. Yeah, as far as I can tell, Blanchitos is pro-rape. A GOP representative, if I recall, said the same thing about no one forced women to have sex on Twitter the other day in support of the leak decision. Yeah, that sounds about right. Congratulations, rapist. This is the dude who has claimed the moral high ground, is the guy who has just hand-waved rape and incest. And by the way, it is actually a large problem in this country. See Tennessee just trying to get rid of the age of consent on child marriage. It's like already 12 in that fucking part of the world, but they wanted to get rid of it entirely because if a 9-year-old wants to be married off by its parents, that's perfectly okay, says fucking fundamentalist fucking religious morons. Oh yeah, no, Viva. It literally the only thing that this is going to do is cause more poor people to be stuck in poverty, more fucking women to die from preventable diseases, illnesses, and complications of their pregnancy, more people to die trying to get a back alley abortion. It's just, yeah. Oh, also, it'll create a new generation of wage slaves for the controllers of this system. That's because that's what these capitalist white supremacist little fucks actually want downstream. They want bodies for their military. They want bodies for their churches. Because let's face it, a population of uneducated, ignorant, fucking Bible-bred morons running around are easy prey for every con man, grifter, and fucking schmuck looking to get a leg up in this world. So having a whole new crop of them is just bonus place for them. Thanks for the follow, Lillian. A mother should give their life for their child. Blanchito just fucking... See? Yeah. This is what they want. This is that segment. This is what they want. Yeah. This is what you're fighting against. This is what you're fighting against. This is a person who values a cluster of fucking cells more than a full-blown human life. Person walking around with ambitions and dreams and experiences, who can truly understand this world to the fullest extent of which a human being can understand this world, right? They will sacrifice that in a second for a concept that absolutely is the easiest concept to fucking to support, to back. It is the most hollow, empty fucking support that you can give to fight the abortion thing. I'm going to quote a fellow pastor, Pastor David Barnhart. It's a wonderful quote. The unborn are a convenient group of people to advocate for. They never make demands of you. They're morally uncomplicated, unlike the incarcerated, addicted, or the chronically poor. They don't resent your condescension or complain that you're not politically correct, unlike widows. They don't ask you to question patriarchy. Unlike orphans, they don't need money, education, or childcare. Unlike aliens, they don't bring all that racial, cultural, and religious baggage that you dislike. They allow you to feel good about yourself without any work at creating or maintaining relationships. And when they are born, you can forget about them because they cease to be unborn. You can love the unborn and advocate for them without substantially challenging your own wealth, power, or privilege. Without reimagining social structures, apologizing, or making reparations to anyone. They are, in short, the perfect people to love if you want to claim you love Jesus, but actually dislike people who breathe. Prisoners, immigrants, the sick, the poor, widows, orphans, all the groups that are specifically mentioned in the Bible, they all get thrown under the bus for the unborn. From the pulpit, delivered by Pastor Matthew Barnhart. Go fuck yourself. Thank you. Thank you, non-binary. Yeah, this is absolutely just bullshit. It's bullshit. When even the pastors from the pulpit can look down into their flock and say, "You are out of line. You are the thing that Jesus was criticizing. You are the problem. You phony, fraudulent, Philistine-looking motherfucker." Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, let's talk about fucking Alex. Sure, let's talk about it. Where did the abortion, well, you see, the anti-abortion thing, yes, came afterwards because they needed another fucking talking point. The actual evangelical right-wing merge happened over segregation. See, the same group that's screaming about fucking baby killers now, actually what they were doing back in the 80s was trying to collaborate with the Reagan campaign. You see, Jimmy Carter was creating a problem for a bunch of racist Christians in this fucking country. See, segregation was largely eliminated in the public sphere. See, because, well, dudes with guns stepped in and said, "Get your shit together." But the racist evangelical Christians of this nation, white, I don't need this shit. Fucking dude, I have essays on this shit myself. No, but yeah. Thank you either way. The racist white Republicans and Christians of this nation decided that what they were going to do was set up some segregation of their own, but we're going to call it private, because guess what? Private industry, private schools, they need it. They can do it. They can be separate. They can be segregated because private industry, private property in this country has magical rights. So they set up a whole series of racist, evangelical, segregated schools across the South. Now, the Carter administration, Jimmy Carter being a halfway decent human being, still a war criminal by default. He swore the oath. He swore the oath. Congratulations, you're a war criminal by default. But the issue on the top of the day was Carter comes along and says, I'm going to use the IRS to shut this shit down. All you psycho, misogynistic, racist, piece of shit, fucking white nationalist, Christian evangelical fuckheads. I'm going to shut down this little grift you got going on. Because by this point, what the evangelicals have figured out, it's a brilliant training camp to brainwash the next generation. 2, it's a hell of a grift. Dude, you get like tax exempt statuses on stuff. You can get grants for stuff. You can and of course they're paying because they're private fucking university and private school. So they're tithing on top of fucking paying for school and shit. It's a good goddamn grift. So who are the big dick motherfuckers in this country? Really? It's the financiers, right? When the IRS comes fucking knocking, you get fucked. Right? Like, straight up, Capone would gut a motherfucker. The IRS comes and says, you're our bitch. All right? It just is what it is. We all know how terrifying the IRS is in this country. Right? Carter instructs the IRS to go after him. So they shut it. They're like, oh shit, they're going to shut us the fuck down. Yes, they are. They're going to shut you the fuck down. So the evangelicals got with the right-wing conservatives in this country, the Federalists, right? This little fucking guy by the name of Ronald Reagan comes along and says, hey, we got an actor from Hollywood. Because that's what Reagan was, by the way. He was a Hollywood elite. He was part of that California establishment, who, by the way, had proven his racist credentials in his dealings with the Black Panther Party, and also his willingness to violate the Second Amendment of the Constitution. They said, tell you what, you can have the entirety of the Deep South. We will get all of the churches. All of them. One condition. The IRS gets stepped down. Sure enough, Reagan shakes on the deal. Done. Not once in that stump speech in Texas, not once did Reagan mention abortion, because at that time in American politics, at that time in religious discussion, not one single religious person was concerned with abortion. Not one single one was concerned with Roe v. Wade. It was a non-issue. The only issue of the day was private schools. You can go back to the Reagan stump speech in Texas and listen to it in its entirety. It is available online. So, oh, Jesus Christ. Is he still, like, is this guy... He's literally just... Be over, I don't care. I don't care. Except you are. You know what? Bland Cheeto, get on the air. This is true, been there. Reagan was as Christian as Trump. Oh, yeah, not even close. And Nancy Reagan? Dude, Nancy Reagan was the goat throat. Yeah, dude. Nancy Reagan was known. Yeah, she was known. Reagan loved guns for everyone until he signed the Mulford Act. Yeah, he didn't love guns for anyone. The link is in chat for them. They can't participate right now, but the link in chat. Voss. So either stop speaking in chat or come on the air. Or, you know, come on the air and that's how you get your voice back, I guess. Because the community was done with you. I'll do it. It might be on global cooldown. Fuck if I know. There you go. Amherst, they don't care. Amherst, to an American, think who you're talking to. This is the retributive justice system, right? This is about retribution, not restorative justice, not reparative justice, nothing like that, right? This is a retributive justice system that we run here. Arguing that it won't stop abortion, they don't care. As long as they get to fucking throw somebody in jail for it, they'll be perfectly happy with that outcome. They don't care. It's not about stopping abortions. It's not about abortion. It's never about abortion. These jackasses just run around screaming about fucking babies and shit because it's an easy out for them. Nobody actually gives a shit. Like, they just like to run their mouths because, let's face it, the number one thing that you can do to uplift a community in trouble, right? We know this from aid work in Africa. You guys, you fucking yes. The number one thing you can do, we know this from aid work in Africa, to uplift a community in dire straits, right, is empower young mothers. We know this. This is it. So the converse is true. If you want to disempower a community, the number one thing that you do is undermine young mothers. It's as simple as that. This is about a progressive or a regressive policy. It's about, you know, progressing there, but it's about a regressive policy of creating, it's class war. It's class warfare. It's about creating an underclass that can be utilized for religious and military purposes at the end of the day, as well as remove protections and create restrictions that can be used authoritatively from the state to control the masses. Oh yeah, the greatest indicator of whether an individual will be in the prison industrial system in the U.S. is whether they were in foster care or not. Poverty is the number two, but the number one statistical corollary for whether or not an individual will wind up in the prison system is whether they were in foster care. Yeah, they're creating a generation of prison slaves and wage slaves. Oh, I saw the tweet. I don't... Because it takes like a fucking... Yeah, I mean, I saw the tweet, but it's not as easy as that. It's not as easy of a fucking takedown. But they told me adoption was a great option. Are they allowed to do that? Just go on TVN Live? Yeah. I've seen those videos before too, of like comedians and dudes just walking up to the fucking, you know, abortion, fucking baby murderer, choose adoption, and walking up to people and asking, so how many kids have you adopted? None. Always none. The answer is always none. It's just across the board. You're just like, holy shit, none. Just none. Just going around. Fucking you. I have 4 of my own. So how many did you adopt? Well, I have 4 of my own. Interesting. How about you? You. Anybody here fucking adopt? No. The fucking baby murderer screamers never adopt kids. Because remember, it is about ego at the end of the day. It is about ego, and seeing a little version of yourself running around the world is far more pleasing to the ego than some other fucking couple of people's genetics running around the world. Because let's face it, if the little fucker gets up there and starts hitting homers and turns out to be a world-class athlete or something, you only get partial credit. It's about the ego at the end of the day. These fuckers are just narcissistic egomaniacs who are looking to authoritatively control all of the population if they could get away with it in an instant. So, yeah. It's always about the ego, man. It is. That's why you need a little bit of sterner, so you understand that's what you're pleasing at all times. Yep, immortality. Yes, yeah. There's a whole host of Sonia. Yes, there's a whole host of knock-on effects. There's a whole host of knock-on effects that this will have that can be advantageous for a true opportunist. A huge number of men I know under 40 are now booked in for vasectomies. Hey, get them snipped while you can, boys, because you don't want that. Dude, this shit's gonna fucking, yeah. Also, you know this is gonna impact, like, social interaction too, right? Like, this is gonna affect, like, some ground level social interactions. There will be knock-on effects from this. At least in some places. What's up, Maniac? Just straight up heard a pair of menopausal cow bags rattling on about how the UK government should take the similar line to the US and just ban abortion. Lovely. They better put in their Tinder bio that they're vasectomy safe. Viva, no snip from me. We have abortions here. Sounds like Aka. Sounds like everyone should be having more gay sex. Take one in the fanny, save money on a nanny. These laws will kill XX people, women. Many abortions are wanted pregnancies, but medically necessary. Yeah, dude. There's a whole crap load of knock-on effects of this one. Where's that entitlement to come from? Why are you entitled to exist? The universe doesn't give two shits about whether you exist or not. Do you have an ethical framework? Do you have an ethical framework that can justify that claim? I mean, our founders wrote some stuff that supports that idea, but they all were the people who did the writing were well educated on philosophy. So they had ethical frameworks that were the foundation of that of those lines that you would probably quote back at me, but that line isn't the justification. See, I want to know if you actually know anything. Do you know anything? Like, do you have any logic or reasoning behind any of the just absolute prattle that you fucking spew out? Okay. Sure, I just wanted to know what I was dealing with, so now I won't engage. Viva and sex education. Yeah, the Netherlands though, the Netherlands kicks your guys' ass in the fucking sex education department from what I read, doing that whole doctor professor SC bullshit, right? Yeah, Netherlands is the champ of the region for for early life comprehensive sexual education. They're doing it right. Which, by the way, lowers abortions. Oh, be over. That will be God's will. Be over. That'll be God's will. Yeah. I don't know why you guys are asking him any questions. He's a fucking religious extremist as far as I'm concerned. Willing to murder women for his cause. He's a misogynist psychopath. I don't know why you bother trying. He's already demonstrated what he's willing to go. When was the Maya Angelou quote? When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Oh, for fuck's sake! Actually, do the thing. Oh shit! Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway. Sorry. Someone I know is in the ER. You know, an actual human being. Oh, good maniac. Yeah, well, it's also... non-binary, that's not an issue. It's more of a getting seen at this point. UCLA medical system, capitalist healthcare, y'all. Capitalist healthcare. He's been there for... He's been waiting in the ER for like 8 hours. It's getting to the point where consciousness may not be like he's struggling. Let's just put it that way. No, the non-binary, unironically, I've already told him to do it. Non-binary. Yeah, I said walk right up to the church. I said stand up, exert yourself, and then try and head towards the charge nurse station. Simple as that. Yeah, I'm like, dude. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, beast. I've already. Yeah, they will. So, yeah. Yeah, I know, right? Be over. Tell him to go outside, call 911 for an ambulance, get seen sooner from the ambulance, and then the $5,000 additional bill for it. He's got long COVID, and it's affected his gastrointestinal system. Like, it's completely inflamed. He had an emergency endoscopy Friday. And like, his entire GI tract is basically irritated, and he's lost 20 pounds because he hasn't been able to keep anything down. It's a thing. It's a thing. Like, he's actually like properly fucked up, and has clinical depression to start with. So he's like, if he spoke his mind right now, he'd probably get 5150'd. Yeah. So it's trying not to say anything that will get you 5150'd, at the same time as trying to get help. Long COVID triggered what looks like a stomach ulcer for my other half, so I'm unsurprised. Yeah, his 5150'd is a psychiatric hold. A 5150 is a involuntary psychiatric hold. It's usually 72 hours. Changes per state. But yes, that's what a 5150 is. It's yeah, it depends on the state, Zippy, as to the time. I mean, I'll be fine, but it would not get him the medical care. It would actually delay the medical care. Getting 5150'd would immediately route you to psychologist rather than gastroenterologist, long COVID team, infectious disease, right? It's going to literally delay your medical treatment. That's the underpinning of all this. So no, a 5150 would get him in the system faster, but it would delay the actual medical treatment side of it. So yeah. So now it's just a matter of trying to get him to stand up and advocate for himself. Yeah, I'm trying to get him to fight for himself at this point. This is, you know, just like I told him, just stand up, exert yourself, and start walking towards the nurse. He's got nothing in the tank. He's got nothing in the tank. He's got nothing in reserve in whatsoever. He's gassed. He's gassed. He's truly running on fumes right now. Any little bit of exertion would push him over the edge. And so that's why I was like, get up, exert yourself, and just head towards the nurse's station. He'll collapse partway there. Like, that'll, you know, patient falling unconscious in the middle of the ER usually gets the nurse's attention. It'll at least get you a bed. It'll at least get you an IV run. They'll get a butterfly in your arm. Hey, Al. So yeah. But, you know, he's saying stupid shit right now. Be over. Yes, the ER is packed full, and the hospital, the other major ER in the area in LA where he is, shut down for a number of hours because somebody called in a bomb threat to it. So the UCLA health system is slammed, doubly so right now. Right now I'm telling him just because he can't keep anything down. I straight up told him, like, eat something, throw up in the middle of the floor. Biohazardous waste situation, and for an ER, they hate it. They hate it. Yeah, that's just a fucking headache for an ER. Is a biomed situation. So apparently he's now waiting because a trauma came in for a drunk driver on Cinco de Mayo. Yeah. So that's at present the current trauma running the room. I fucking launched the drunk driver into the sun. Well, UCLA probably got the victims as well. Good on you, Funky. I grew up in emergency rooms and recovery rooms. My mom ran them. That's what my mom did. Yeah, I don't know. Zippy, oh yeah, happy Cinco de Mayo, everyone. I don't know what to tell him at this point. Like, his doctor has told him, get to the fucking ER and get admitted. His doctor has submitted the letter requesting him be admitted. But he can't get admitted because COVID, because Cinco de Mayo, because American healthcare system. He's been there, like I said, he's been there, oh God, I mean, I could probably try and find out. Let's see, hang on, let me start scrolling. Yeah, 8 hours. Yep, it's basically on the dot, 8 hours. He's been sitting in some fucking chair in an ER in extraordinary levels of pain and discomfort, and because fucking morons don't get their fucking COVID vaccine, and then drunk people are fucking out there driving like fucking morons that they are. Was turned away from St. Anthony's in Shawnee with a shattered arm. This was 2 years before COVID. Willie, thank you for the follow. But I thought long wait times only happened under communism. Yeah. Isn't that funny how that works? Yeah, they are. Hospitals are all about money. Yours are so understaffed at night, it's stupid. Usually a couple docs on clock. Maybe have a friend live feed Facebook and talk about it. Name the hospital location. I mean, Jesus. Does anybody know a big fucking streamer right now? Let's fucking name and shame. I'll tell you exactly where this shit is. If I have an emergency, it takes 15 minutes till I'm in a bed, says Viva. Jesus fucking Christ. Viva, yeah, amorous. That's because it's not a fully capitalistic system. In a fully capital system, only rich people would be accepted to the ER, so there would not be wait times. Yes. I don't know of anything that could override a triage with a drunk driver. Incoming trauma. Yeah. No. He is going to go home and fucking die in a bed. I'm not kidding you. For real. No, I mean, he's already fucking on the edge. I know it. I know. Like, calling 911 from the ER is about the only thing I can think of. Not at this hour, Akka. Not at this hour. Dude, Akka, it's 1 a.m. here. Yeah. Another casualty of the American healthcare system. So. They're saying they're at capacity. But our healthcare is number one. That's beast. That's about the only thing I can think of at this point. It's about the only thing I can think of at this point is to tell them to fucking call 911. Like, for real. Hey, yeah. Like, this is insane. But at least we can go to a restaurant without a mask. Yay! Let me check something. There's a possibility that calling 911 from that hospital could result in criminal charges. Yeah. There's a distinct possibility of that occurring. So, is this fucking song that just ends and then just doesn't start again? Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ, that song is shit. Yeah. I just checked. It's happened before. It's only 6 hours. If you're in LA, we have beds open in Phoenix. I just checked. It's only 6 hours. Dude, I'd fucking tell them to come to Vegas first. Be over. Again, it's 1 a.m. His primary care physician is not available. And I don't know how many of you have your personal doctor's cell phone number to wake him up in the middle of the night. Like, how do you propose to do that? Like, come on. How do you know, like, he's kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't even know to, let's see, what do we, that's an unsatisfying answer. Che, good on you. I once upon a time got a doctor. My mother and I shared a primary, and I got his cell phone number somehow, and I gave it to her, and she's used it like 3 times over the years. He's not my doctor anymore, but okay. Let's see. I mean, it might be faster to get 5150 at this point. Do they not have a local after-hour physician exchange, says Rabbit? Not that I'm aware of. But, I mean, you know, I'm doing a lot of this fucking remotely here, man. Yeah, I don't know what to tell him. Dude, he's basically just fucking UCLA ER fucking. All right, hang on. I did not mean to click that. Ah, there we go. I'm getting the exact hospital. Okay. It's the Ronald Reagan ER. So it's the Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical ER. Admissions advice, Ronald Reagan, UCLA. Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. Of course they don't route it. Come on. Okay, yeah, nope. Self-edit. Self-edit. Oh, yeah, good luck with that, Alex. Good luck with that. Yeah, I don't know what to tell him, really. I can only tell him to stay put for so long. He needs someone to fucking advocate for him. He needs somebody to be fucking yelling in there, take the heat off of him. If I were in LA, I'd be fucking down there already. Nah, he's by himself, Funky. He's by himself. Dude, non-binary is gonna be all over the place. It's fucking it's infectious disease, it's fucking neurology, it's gastroenterology, it's a lot. Rex, that is an option. It is an option. You're right. Chest pain gets triaged immediately. Yeah, he's stranded now. At this point, I can't drive. Rabbit, dude, I'd fucking send Hassan down there. Are you shitting me? I would not recommend live streaming the situation. I'd recommend live streaming the situation to like 25,000 people simultaneously. Yeah. Rex, you're right. Referred pain's a motherfucker. I don't know. I kind of need to pay more attention to him though than you guys. So what am I getting here? Or am I getting tagged with something in Twitch? Oh, I don't care about that. Good boy. All right. Nah, Cupcake. Yeah, Rex, I'm advocating going to ground. So, I'm gonna raid you over to public, and I'm gonna pay more attention to him than you guys, because he needs it. I do too, maniac. Yeah. Either way. Isn't American healthcare great? It's the best in the world, I'm told. Yeah, sorry, Rabbit, but you know, friend in need on all that. Yeah, it's the absolute best healthcare in the world. I heard. Crowning glory, yes, absolutely. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay by his virtually stay by his side and just keep him in that fucking building, because if he leaves, he's gonna do something stupid. Yeah, don't worry about it, Rabbit. So we're gonna public. Everybody, take care.